Hello, and thank you for joining me as we discuss the strengths and weaknesses of Sarah Hadley-Granger, who is me, an introspective analysis. I was born in Hollywood, Florida. I have three beautiful redheaded children, as you can see in this picture. I have Coralie, who is 12, Luca, who will be 1 year on March 8th, and Tristan, who is 3. I've been married to my husband for about 13, 14 years now. He is from France, hence the French names for our children. I have a bachelor's degree in music, concentration in voice, and I have been an employee of the Center for Creative Leadership for 12 years now. I began in the finance department and migrated over to marketing as it was more preferential for me and my work style. Some strengths that I have: I am very empathetic. I can listen to someone and I can kind of put myself in their shoes, if you will. I believe that is definitely a strength. It's always good to lead and be empathetic when you listen to others. I'm very committed to my organization, committed to my peers and colleagues. I'm hardworking. I will find something that needs to be done and I will do it, regardless of what being something that's under my jurisdiction. Meaning, for example, we have a catch-all inbox for our marketing emails, and I noticed that no one was actually viewing this box, and it was having all of our soft bounces or email replies going to this box, and as no one was paying any attention to it, that means someone could have been asking us a question for something and they were being disregarded. So I took that upon myself to keep tabs of this box and to answer our clients when they had questions. I'm very good at looking at the big picture. I try not to get too down into the nitty gritty of things. If you come to me with a problem, I like to know, okay, well, what's the goal? What are you trying to achieve? Then we can kind of dive into how we're going to go about solving the problem. But I like to have that big picture in my head of where we're going before we kind of get into the nitty gritty of solving the problem. I'm very organized. I like to have everything documented, all your ducks lined in a row, if you will. And I also love to continuously learn. I finished my undergrad in 2006, so here we are, quite a few years later, and I'm still enjoying learning. And as my undergrad was in music and wasn't in any type of business degree, I definitely love learning and doing hands-on applications. For example, during Christmas break, when school was closed for 2 weeks, work was closed, I went ahead and logged into LinkedIn, the LinkedIn Learning, and took some business analytics courses because I just wanted to learn, and I thought it might help me in either in my role or in these courses. So it's always good to always learn. As for weaknesses, I definitely have a tendency to overthink things, even while in the midst of speech, meaning I know what I wish to say, but I get all tongue-tied and have a hard time saying it in a clear and cohesive manner. That's something I definitely need to work on. Sometimes I have gut reactions and I need to step back and think through my response prior to responding in a way that maybe isn't as beneficial to myself or others. I think it's always important to, pause, think, then respond. I can be rather impatient, especially with 3 children. Um, that may go hand in hand with gut reactions of acting immediately based on my own impatience of needing rapid responses. I do suffer from anxiety. I have since I was 15 years old. So sometimes the anxiety and feeling anxious can, I wouldn't necessarily say it bleeds into my work, um, but it can definitely overshadow uh, logical reasoning, I would say, and also my inability to think clearly while speaking. Um, Sometimes I do find it difficult to think outside the box, meaning I would rather kind of have things kind of outlined for me. I do like having certain protocols. However, I do enjoy researching other ways, like in this course and previous courses where you are trying to find a solution to something and you research a solution for it. So I do like doing those types of activities. But if you said, okay, here is a blank sheet of paper and I want you to come up with, I don't know, something magical, I suppose, I would definitely have issues with that, which might be semi surprising seeing as I do have arts in my family with voice. However, I liked to sing music that was already there as opposed to coming up with music on my own. So I think as a leader, you kind of need to be able to think outside the box, if you will. Seek other ways. Don't be afraid of change. So I think that's something that I would need to work on. I also have some imposter syndrome, which also I believe goes in hand with the anxiety. Believing maybe I don't deserve what I have. It's just something I think women in general sometimes have issues dealing with. I know that I have some friends who also feel similar. So, um, just, feeling more confident in yourself. And yes, I have knowledge and I will be um, taken seriously for the knowledge that I have as opposed to overlooked. So, these are all weaknesses that I know I have and I need to work on. So, as for the future state, here's a lovely image of the beach, which is about 5 miles from my home. So, it's a nice, calming picture, which goes with my idea of deep breaths when preparing for speech. So, perhaps taking a look at these waves calming. Apply analytical thinking to all situations. I think this would assist with any of those gut reactions that I have a tendency to want to act upon rather than pause. Be authentic at all times. Don't try to be someone else just because you feel that they are more successful than you, etc. And to never stop learning, as learning is important. And I feel like if you have stopped learning, then you've become stagnant. And stagnation is never good. So, thank you. I hope you appreciated this little presentation.